Hey, what's going on, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. So I'm just going to show you some of the pieces that we already have for this boat trailer, but we're still waiting for more parts, so we'll be getting at it pretty soon. But check it out. All right, so there's the bumpers. I have to rebuild those, probably get some pressure treat 2x6. That's the axle. We're going to change that out though. We're going to get a different one. Those should be shackles. This is the frame. We still need a tongue, tires, leaf springs. But we're collecting the pieces up and together, and hopefully she's gonna look something like this when we're done. That's the idea. Okay, just to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at here. And there's the little trailer we just got done building. Doesn't it look good? Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. I hope you're enjoying the tail end of your work week. Happy TGIF to those of you that are getting ready to enjoy the weekend. To those of you that still have to work Saturday or even Sunday, that sucks. All right, well, that being said, I did tell you guys we were getting a new Bauer metal chop saw. Here it is. A Miter 0 to 45 degree welding cut saw, okay, or chop saw, miter saw, whatever you want to call it. I always refer to it as a chop saw because I used it a lot for welding. You switch this blade around. I don't know if you can do it, I'm just letting you know. If you put on a wood blade, I'm sure you could use it for the same exact function as you could a wood saw, right? I could be wrong. Somebody's gonna say like, no, go buy a wood saw. Why would you do that? I don't know, save money. But this comes in at a pretty good cost, 140 bucks. I don't see how you can go wrong. We're gonna put it to the test. We have another trailer build coming up here in the near future. I don't exactly know how many more days or weeks it's going to take to get all the pieces in, but when we do, that's what we're going to be doing. A lot of cutting, a lot of fabrication, a lot of grinding, a lot of painting, a lot of welding. So that being said, Harbor Freight sent this off to me to do a review. We're not going to be doing a review today, though. We're going to be doing an overview. Okay, an overview is where we take it out of the box. I'm not going to show you the whole unboxing. I'll just cut that segment out. When it's out of the box, I'm going to give my first impressions, talk about some of my likes, dislikes, etc. Talk about some of the similar features that I've seen on other miter saws, such as the Milwaukee and the Evolution. Those are the past two miter saws that I had before I sold them. Yes, I don't have them anymore, which is why we needed one, right? So here we are today. We're going to open this up. Check it out. All right, so we got it out of the package. Some of the things that I noticed right away is there's a lot of similarities to that of the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee was also red, also was black. As far as the base went, also had this little release tab here, which we're going to talk about here. This is a quick clamp. That means is once I start to loosen it, I can lift this up. Should be able to anyways. Slide it right on back. Put my piece of metal in here, however big it should be, up to a certain point, obviously, where we can still clamp it. Push it down to size. Flip the lever over. Cinch it down. And we're ready to rock. We're ready to rock and roll at that point, all right? We got our release back here, and I'm going to bring the camera down here in a second and show you. We have a release back here. What we're going to do is we're going to push down, pull that out, chop saw comes up. You will notice that we do not currently have a blade attached. I'm going to look in the box real quick and see if they gave you one. They do not give you a blade. That's kind of unfortunate, but you know what? For 140 bucks, okay, I'm going to buy that. Instruction manual. I don't know why we would need this. It's pretty self-explanatory. At least it's going to be for this video. In the back here, you can go to 45 degrees in either direction, right? How do you do that? It's got a little Allen key here that they have that's being held in place by this little rubber grommet. Go on the back side here where your clamping, your vice clamp is, basically. We loosen this up, and from there, we should be able to turn it at the angle that we want. So I'm going to loosen this back up, pop that out. Let's see how easy or difficult it is to pivot. Now there's two of them here. You're going to want to loosen up both of them in order to pivot it. They did make some pretty nice stamped markings for this. So from 0 to 45 degrees. So I could turn it 45 degrees this way. Push my clamp up. It's going to clamp it down at a 45. I can move it the other way for 45. Same exact ordeal, right? So I'm going to bring it back to 0. All right, so that being said, we're not going to be able to cut any metal today to test it out, so that way I can see how I like the trigger squeeze, how I like the way that it cuts, to get a kind of solid feel for it, as if, you know, that way I can compare it to ones I've used in the past. I did state that when I was using the Evolution, because of the style of blade that it had, that I felt like it cut and outperformed the Milwaukee. But the Milwaukee had an abrasive blade, so it's going to wear out kind of like a grinding blade. The one that Evolution came with actually had a, I forget what kind of material it is, I want to say, yeah, some kind of strong metal. Was it titanium? Somebody can correct me down in the comments. At any rate, we can basically put any blade we want to on here. Now that Allen key they gave you is the same exact one you'll use to loosen up the Allen, which holds the two plates together, which would clamp your blade in place. First impressions, okay, I like the color, I like the style, I like the trigger up here at the top. Okay, I haven't fired it up and used it yet. I'll wait until I get a blade. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I would say, if I could say anything negative about this, just from pulling it out the box, I was a little bit sad that it didn't already come with a blade. The Milwaukee one, when I bought it, came with the blade. The Evolution one that we received from the Evolution company out in Europe came with a blade, and they sent us metal to cut with. I have metal to cut with. I didn't expect them to send me metal, but it would have been nice if the blade was already attached, or at least if you, the consumer, purchased this at $140, would have been kind of a nice little toss-in. Am I right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now. I'm just going to show you some of the features, do a little panoramic so you can see all the different things that I didn't get a chance to show you up close, and I'll wrap it up with this. Happy TGIF. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next time. Deuces and cheers. Cheers and deuces. Did it backwards. All right, so here's that lever I was telling you about. That's the safety lock. Push it down, put it in place, holds it down. Push down the saw, pull that out, blade lifts up. Here's the clamp. Loosen this up, pull that back. Okay, and there's your two Allens, and there's your 45 degrees. On this side, see right there where the Allen is. See, we have our scrap metal. This is the spring. It's got pretty good spring tension. I like it. And here's your trigger. I do not see a safety lock feature for the trigger. So that might be something if you guys have children, if you're using it. I do believe the Milwaukee had an additional safety feature as far as the trigger was concerned. This, I believe, is just ready to rock and roll once you squeeze it. What are you guys still doing here? Told you to enjoy your weekend.